I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
This is for my white trash, the ones the whole world hates, the ones who voted for Trump that got labeled racist, but ain't the ones with podcasts, make America great, who love their country to death and struggle on minimum wage. Hey, they're angry that illegal aliens hate the work that maybe they can get. Single parents with some baby kids, hated for being a patriot. All my life I've been white trash, all my life it's been like that. The whole world been left leaning, I'm proud of the right who fight back. Been chewed up, been spit out, they scream but no one listens. They're so in love and vote for Trump cause fuck a politician. They're our neighbors, they're our soldiers, our men and women and children. They're the middle class families who got forgot by the system. And God we trust and all the guns are just back. Rocking camouflage, don't tread on me, get smoked like tobacco. Yeah, we white trash, we rednecks, crackers since we were young. We grew close, we move slow, these colors don't run. Yeah. Call us white trash, just for someone they know. Call us white trash, just for care where we go. Is it white trash to be happy and broke? Then I'm white trash, but I'm not alone.
Yeah, fuck you, I'm white bro, ain't apologize for shit. You don't like that I like my skin color, then you can suck my dick. I like open gun laws, I like drinking bar bras, I like drinking Budweiser, I like smoking Marlboro. We moms it up in them monster trucks, rolling in heavy machinery. We all believe in protecting what's ours. If you fuck with us, we got that heavy machinery. Drink beers in a long chair, nothing much going on here. Probably get a few long stares, look you don't belong here. Hey, please don't get mad at me, I did not put up a barrier. People are judging me for my exterior. Man, you serious? Say the word white and they act like the furious. Man, child, and I'm sick as fuck. White boy, I'm pickup truck. Shotguns, my girl's money, I'm a firecracker, we lit it. We just living our best life, don't wrap us up some whack scandal. Beer and blood on a white beater, jacked up on Jack Daniels. Get my chicken at Colonel Sanders, judge me and I'll backhand him. Tom, pass me that red mask and I'll beat his ass with an axe handle.
Call us white trash, just for someone they know. Call us white trash, just for care where we go. Is it white trash to be happy and broke? Then I'm white trash, but I'm not alone. White trash, drinking beer till the night pass. White trash, light a fire if it's cold. White trash, we don't wanna be high class. White trash, with a heart made of gold. Call us white trash, like we're someone they know. Call us white trash, like we care but we don't. Is it white trash to be happy and broke? Then I'm white trash, but I'm not alone.
Your daddy was home when you left.
You're right.
Your sister was home when you left.
You're right.
Your brother was home when you left.
You're right.
Your dog was home when you left.
You're right.
Your cat was home when you left.
You're right.
The fish was home when you left.
You're right.
Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left.
You're right.
And that's the reason you left.
You're right.
I left my home.
I left my home.
Join the army.
Join the army.
I left my home.
I left my home.
Join the army.
Join the army.
The day I left, my mama cried. She don't tell her. One surely died. I left my way.
Goose.
What?
Hey, brother. Bring back any? Hey, that bring back some memories for you.
Big time. I know you can fake it. That's what Biden's doing. He-
Sorry about. Apologize for everybody. We had some technical difficulties. I don't know what the hell was going on, but we're
I
back,
mean, we got
and everybody came back. I appreciate that. Thank you.
we
Mike
got
Tampa
20
Bay
more
in the
minutes.
house. Bobby Eric. Jester Bravo's in there already. Oh, yeah, we got a full house tonight, Goose.
Full house.
Full
There's
house.
many freaking news going on, but I don't see no freaking body going to jail yet.
And for those of you watching us on video, yes, it's me. I don't have a beard, so just so you know,
Oh, you shaved already, bro?
shave the beard. I
That was
needed a
a
break.
New Year resolution.
No, it'll be back for too long. But it needed a break, so yeah. So don't adjust your screens. That is me here, you know. All right. Who else is in here? Let's see. Mike Tampa Bay. What's up, brother? Yeah, we're on video. We're on video. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all those good places. Instagram gave me a problem today. That's what it was. It was Instagram giving me all those issues. So I had to shut it down. But we are live on Facebook Live on our page there, our YouTube page, Twitter, and Twitch. We are live. And of course, on our radio stations or audio. Let me bring the radio stations in real quick. I almost forgot. Welcome 105.7 The Face, Patriot Radio, Work Radio, WESN Epic Strategy Network, MBR Radio, Military Broadcast Radio, UG Media in the UK, J Parker Radio, Paisley Radio, FCM Live, Sword Radio, the Hit Network, FTM Radio, and 90.1 The Beat. All right. I think that's everybody. All right, Goose. What's going on, brother? How you doing today, man? How you doing?
I don't freaking know how to say this, but I hope everybody already went to the flea market and checked everything that's going on there. I told you we getting freaking invaded by these people from different country, and I can't freaking believe these freaking numbers, Mary. 15,000 border agents. Only
15,000?
15,000.
Now, is that
But
all borders or just southern border? Is that everywhere?
everywhere.
Northern border?
15,000.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But we got 166,000 IRS agents.
Well,
So,
not if the Republicans can help it. We're not gonna fund them that money for those 87,000 that they want.
well,
Hopefully, I say hopefully, Goose. I say hopefully.
it just don't make sense. They're creating all these issues to the IRS to be snooping on you, taking your money.
Yep.
Well, they're not doing the same thing with the people who come from other countries into our country illegally because they're coming here illegally. Okay,
You're right. Thank you, Mike.
and and they are. I mean, they more about them that they do, about us Americans
Yeah.
everywhere. Then I see this freaking empty suit going to south of the border, and I guess at El Paso, and people are cleaning the street to make sure he don't see it. Why are you cleaning the freaking street? He already saw the freaking video. He sees that since he took office.
I think they didn't want him to see how bad it actually is. You know what I mean? I don't know why not. I think the White
Come
House.
on.
The White House
He
probably had that done before. They probably told him,
oh,
"Look, you got to clean that shit up before we get there."
bro, that's the only thing he does. Sleep and watch TV. That's it. He
That
don't do
sounds
nothing else.
that sounds like
That
me.
that's
I can be
yeah.
president.
That
I'll take to be president. Man, I could be president tomorrow. That'd be great.
all over the freaking news. And we still believe what these people say. I mean,
Now he got around freaking what? I was reading an article the other day. I just haven't seen much, but all these classified documents. It wasn't only Biden. It wasn't only freaking Trump. Maybe had like 20 or 30 of them.
Yeah, you know what though? I have to play I just something seems weird to me.
It is no weird. What sound
Wait,
weird
wait.
that they broke?
Let me
They
let me
broke the
finish.
law.
Yeah, let me finish. I know I'm gonna get some shit, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I just find it.
Prepare the cannons, please.
I find it kind of strange that all of a sudden now we find documents that Biden had now. Just when Trump was in the crosshair. I just find it a little weird, you know. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. I'm not afraid to say these things. You know, I know all you guys out there with your noses up Trump's ass, and you know you're afraid to say, but I'm not afraid to say it. You know, that's just me. Uh, Yeah, well, Goose is afraid to show his face, Mike. I don't know why. He's supposed to be on there, but for some reason he's afraid
I'm not your baby no more.
to show his face. Mike wants to see your face there, Goose, but you won't show your face.
Who want to see my face?
Welcome, Ralph. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
The government
anyway,
wants to see your face.
who is that? Ralph? That's Ralph.
What's up, Goose?
Well,
¿Qué
What's
pasa?
up, my brother? What's up? What's up? That guy
¿Cómo
from
está?
your
¿Cómo está?
backyard, man. Bien, bro. You know that guy crazy.
Which one?
brother?
I mean, all these freaking Democrats. I mean, they're
Yeah.
talking about Obama took, I guess, I read more than 100 million documents with him when he left.
To Obama?
Yeah,
Where'd you read that?
Obama. I have to send you the article. Plus, Bush took like 20 million, and yeah, and freaking Trump took 3 documents, and
Three. Come on, Goose.
3 documents, and we want to indict his ass. Come on, give me a break, Maverick. Of course, we're gonna point the cannons to you and destroy you and fire for effect. That's why you get destroyed. I mean, I agree, and Bravo can come over the show. It's true. Is that ready?
I'm here.
How?
I'm listening. Go ahead,
Bravo.
Goose.
What's
Get it.
Bravo,
Let him
how
have
can
it.
you
Goose.
what's up,
how?
y'all?
Okay, got it. They bombarding the show now. Hey,
Yeah,
but
jumping.
Yeah.
you got a guy that only got 3 documents classified, and he declassified them before he moved out of the White House and took them with
Yeah.
him. And
Yeah.
but this goddamn guy got documents all over different warehouses in the United States. So
Isn't that funny? Yeah, a
somehow-
president's allowed to declassify documents. A vice president can, and he had all kinds of top secret shit in there. But you know what?
Yeah.
That's the Democrats.
Rules for
That's the
thee,
Democrats.
not for
They're allowed to
me.
do that.
Rules for thee and not for me, right?
Mike.
No, it's called the president is allowed to by law.
Hey.
The vice president cannot by law. That's what it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you had to declassify them before you take it with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Was it a Presidential
So-
Records Act or something it's called?
I don't know the presidential.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the word because my
Yeah,
native girls.
and then there's the Vice President Act or some crap. Yeah.
Ugh, Kamala Harris is a joke.
It is a joke what's going on in our country, and there are a bunch of freaking zombies in our country that they don't give a shit. That's what I tell
Hey,
everybody.
Do you
Go
think
to the freaking flea
Congress?
market.
Do you think?
Hey, look at
Do you guys think this new Congress is going to really help 2024 and for Trump at least? Do
hell
you think
yeah.
it's really going to
They
help
already
the
showed
people
us.
that are
They already-
undecided right now? That this
I don't-
Congress is going to bring up all the dirt and evidence that is finally going to change some hearts and minds. What do you think?
I don't know. It could. You never know. That's what they plan on.
That's
Hey,
what we
they
need. We
did.
need this country
The
to
first
get
time
back
in history-
united again, right?
Yeah,
we need to
first
get
time in
united again. It'd
history,
be
they
so
went
nice to see
19
people together.
All right, wait a minute, guys.
Go ahead.
We have a lot of people on the panel, so we're gonna have to so we don't run over everybody.
Yeah, there was
Good, bro.
there was 15 attempts. That's the first time in history. There was one other time, like an 18 something. You know what I mean? That they went 10 times, and they got all kinds of concessions. And what was their first bill? Who's the chick that carries around the AR-15 all the time? The brunette. What's her name again? Congresswoman.
Oh gosh, what's her name?
Who? Nasty Nancy?
She wears glasses.
One of the
She wears
congressmen,
glasses, right?
one of the Patriot ones. She was on today, and
Bobert.
they made a 2-page bill, not a 1,600-page bill, a 2-page bill, and they abolished the IRS. They're trying to show you if all these idiots would vote some of those type people into the Senate, even five, 6, or 7 of them, it would change the whole thing. They're trying to show you, look, we just made a 2-page bill, got rid of the IRS. If we had the Senate with people like us in there, we could have got rid of the IRS and had a consumption tax instead of them taxing your wages.
Hey, Bravo, we've been talking about.
Did you say abolish the IRS?
We've been talking about the last.
Go look it up. They did it today or yesterday.
Hey, Bravo.
Not quick.
They have been talking about this.
Yeah, but
for
you know what?
many
But it
months.
doesn't mean shit if it doesn't get done. I mean,
Right, it can't go. We know it's not going to go through the Senate.
Yeah.
Right, you're right. No, you're right. It won't go. It won't go to the Senate
Well,
because they
Bravo.
control the Senate. But what it shows you is that we have 20 renegades in there in the House, and they were able to accomplish that. If we had 5 renegades in the Senate,
remember, Bravo,
we could do that.
We got those concessions from fucking McCarthy. I don't think McCarthy's a good. I don't think we did anything by putting McCarthy in there. I think. Yeah, the only reason we got to do that bill was because of all the concessions that McCarthy.
But you know what McCarthy said at the end? Did you watch it?
No.
After he slammed the gavel down, he said, "Promises kept." Boom.
Yeah, but we got to make sure he's going to keep all his fucking.
I agree. I am 100% behind you on that one. Yeah.
But I also like the fact that it only takes one to bring up to get rid of him if he doesn't.
Yeah, and he allowed that. You know what I mean? So I mean,
I don't understand. I mean, why did he want the fucking job so bad that he made all these concessions? I mean, no, you know what I mean? I mean,
yeah. Well, really, if you think about it, there was only one other guy that went against him. No, that only had like a couple votes.
Right.
Remember, it was him and the Democrat. The Democrat always had around 211, and he had like 213.
Guys, don't look at all this bullshit that's going on now. I want to see results. Bottom line. They're making a lot of freaking noise. I like what they're saying, but I don't like it all the way because most of the time they talk shit and they don't do shit.
Well, they passed the bill.
A lot of noise, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a lot of noise. They're gonna throw all these things out there, but they know none of it's going to get through.
So why we don't do this with the IRS, Bravo?
We hired them.
But I mean, but why? What's
Bravo,
the
Maverick?
Wait, hang on, Goose. What's the point of putting out all these things? All right, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Oh, abolish the IRS. But we all know the fucking things aren't going to go anywhere.
Remember, once they put it out there, that bill never goes away. You know, I mean, it's always going to be there. And they're saying, look what we're doing. We're doing what you put us up there to do. If you guys vote the Senate the same way, the Senate's going to do what we're doing, and they're going to pass this shit. That's what we need.
Bravo, it's going to be like the classified document from Biden. It took 5 years to realize he got those, number one. And we're so fucked up that now they're trying to find out how they're going to indict Trump because that classified shit is dumb. That shit don't going to work anymore.
Who do you think told us, though? Who do you think leaked all that shit out? Do you think the Democrats are leaking all this stuff out about Biden?
No, because we already had those documents. We already knew, but I got a question for you. Why we just don't go ahead issue fucking goddamn uniform to the IRS agent and send them all to the fucking border and let do their job down there. Investigate all those freaking migrants coming to our country because there are terrorists are freaking invading our country, and this is a big issue. This is, I think, one of the major issues in our country.
Goose, they defunded the 87,000 yesterday also. They defunded the 87,000 IRS agencies. They said not a penny will go to them, and they abolished the IRS.
Okay.
Now, Bravo.
In
let
one
me ask you
day.
a question, Bravo. What is the
That just shows how easy it is.
Bravo.
You know how they tell it's super hard
Bravo.
to do all this shit? In one fucking day they did that.
Bravo.
Imagine what they could do if we had more good people in there.
Bravo, what is the concessions, Bravo? What is the concessions that the 20 people that voted last minute for McCarthy, what was the concessions that McCarthy agreed to it? Do we know them? Can anybody in the show come out with the concessions?
He agreed to a lot of shit.
Yeah, he agreed to a lot.
To a lot of shit. Yeah.
The one
But
the
one
one
of
that
them was
stands out.
one of them, Bravo. Let me say this. One of them was if you vote a single freaking time with the Democrats, you out. That's one of the concessions.
For him.
Yeah, and anybody in the House can say, we want you out of there. We want to vote right now to get you rid of you. They can do it. Before you had to have some certain amount of people to be able to do it. Now any one person, any one grandma in Congress can say, you know what, McCarthy, I can't stand you. I want you out of there. We're going to bring it to a vote today. I mean, they can make his life miserable or get him out of there if he's not living up to what he's supposed to do. And something went on with him and Trump. Trump contacted him, and I think maybe the law was laid down to him.
Hey, Bravo,
you know
how you know it wasn't the other way around? Maybe McCarthy say, Trump, please, I need your help.
Probably.
Can you help me out? And then Trump said, well, okay, let me throw your dog a freaking bone right here. Because Trump endorsed him at the end.
Yeah, it wasn't like a real flowering endorsement. It was like we really don't have anybody else.
If they get rid of him, who takes his place?
Yeah, he was like, he's like, you want to look how close they had a Democrat getting in there. They had 211 votes, and he had 213.
But I'm saying, if anybody tries to get rid of him or says that, okay, we need you out, who takes his place?
Well, they have to do another vote, no?
Yeah, they'd have to do another vote again. Yeah.
Hey, they voted like
that's
200 times, Rob.
What's up?
Hey, Rob, what happened is
probably be a Democrat after that.
Hey,
Rob.
Rob.
Then you're gonna be like, hey, you might not.
That's what Trump didn't want. Trump didn't want a Democrat getting in.
Worse.
Yeah. You imagine if like three on one of those votes, if three Democrats would have, or two Republicans would have jumped over on the other side, then a Democrat would have got the darn speakership. I mean, yeah, that's how close it was. Trump didn't want to see that. That's what he said. He goes, I don't want to see something screwing up and a Democrat getting in there. He goes, that's all we need right now. So, I mean, I listened to what he had to say about McCarthy.
Well,
it was nothing flowery or nothing.
Hey, Bravo,
he may be great.
Hey,
like,
new reports are saying that Biden returned those documents because he forgot them.
It's probably true. I mean, that's probably the case. I mean, come on, he probably forgot he even had them.
Yeah, he's gonna say, I never even requested them. Obama gave those to me. Yeah.
How they got there?
I mean, this is a freaking joke. This is a banana. It don't freaking matter. I haven't seen nobody going to jail yet. I think this is a monkey show they are doing right now because I never expected to.
Talking like that. It's not a coincidence that they're leaking all this stuff out right now. I mean, the big thing, even on Drudge, which Drudge is a turncoat anyway. But anyway, even on Drudge, it goes. Indictment watch with Trump. Will they indict him? Boom. Then all of a sudden it comes out about all these documents, 50 classified or top secret, not just classified, top secret documents in his, at Biden's office, what I mean, which he's not even allowed to have. So, I mean, it's just proving, the ones that they're questioning Trump on, he says that they were declassified and signed off on, that he could have them. I mean, I trust him. I trust what he's saying. I mean, I don't I don't trust, Biden. Biden didn't
Hey,
ask for those
Bravo.
documents.
Let's take the question. Let's take Trump out of the question right now. I think Trump should stay quiet and let Twitter and the few friendly forces he has to do the dirty job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
Because
can't really
if he,
stay quiet because elections are coming up. So he's got to start going out there and talking.
goddamn right, we just had freaking election a few weeks ago. Where you been?
When's it? No, I mean 2024, right? Next year.
We got full year plus another almost
Yeah.
6 years.
Oh,
So
okay,
I mean,
never mind.
he's full.
Goddamn
And
right,
whoever-
you
and-
voted.
Well, they usually
who-
take like a year to campaign.
And who
Yeah.
knows what's going to happen in 2023? We don't know.
Hey, Pop Bean listener, Ralph voted 17 times, Harvesting 16 times, and one in person. Then around wrong, Ralph. You voted 17
right.
times, Pennsylvania.
You're right,
Ralph voted 17.
Yeah, you know how many Ralph Williams there are out there, buddy?
Hey, I heard that one of the concessions is that McCarthy's gonna push for the next election no freaking harvesting anymore. No harvesting. That's
I don't
what's
know.
killing.
The reason we didn't want McCarthy in there is because we knew he wasn't going to go after Biden unless something changed. I mean, that was the reason.
Well, Maverick, who's gonna go after Biden? Nobody. What, Gates gonna go after Biden until they're trying to get his ass for doing human trafficking or having sex with a minor?
Yeah.
You think Rand Paul's gonna go after Biden? He's too busy
I
going
think
after Fauci again.
I don't think anybody's going to go after
Well,
Biden.
Fauci got the Twitter hero already on his ass. Fauci is running away from Twitter.
He's 70-something years old, man. There's nothing gonna happen to him.
Hey, isn't it funny how the guy from Brazil is down in Florida now? See, Florida's the freedom state, man. Come on down,
Damn, bravo.
Yeah,
what would
he's
you
got
do?
something
They're
in
trying
common
to kill
with
your
Trump.
ass.
That's right. I would go there too. Hell yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what? And guess who fled the city? Guess who fled the capital? The new president, because he was scared. Too. I mean, here he is supposed to be the new. He's supposed to.
Brazilian January
Yeah.
6th.
Yeah.
Eric, what's up? You were gonna say something, my brother. I'm sorry that we didn't give you the great opportunity.
Even Hog here.
Well, if you think about it, the revelation that Biden was in possession of classified top secret documents that were not at any time declassified when he was vice president and not declassified under Trump or him, that right there might be yet another impeachable offense. But if the Republican controlled House or the Democrat controlled Senate is just going to let him off the hook, that should really tell you that there's just something very fundamentally wrong with the federal government.
Well, yeah, they're trying to show you, Eric, that there's two forms of justice. One for conservatives,
two-tier justice,
and the 2 tiers of justice. I mean, this is the whole point of showing all this stuff right now. I mean, and showing the corruption.
Bravo, do you really think we need more evidence to tell you that they are corrupt? I don't think.
No, we don't need it. Hell
They're
no.
corrupt. They already hijacked our agency. Matter of fact, let me give you a quick one. Last night, around hundreds of freaking flights, airplane trips everywhere got canceled last night. Who's in charge of the fucking transportation department? Freaking Buttigieg. That fucking piece of shit just went to one university for an interview because he can't fucking hang. He can't take the freaking hit. He's trying to get out of that position. That piece of shit, he's just corrupt as freaking Biden. But he can't do his freaking job. Now he's trying to get out of it. Last night, hundreds of flights got canceled. What happened? We're nowhere to find the guy to give us answer. What happened? We don't know. Right now, we don't know what happened. Why they canceled all those flights.
No, the FAA canceled, grounded all planes today because of a computer glitch. Yeah, right.
I believe they were hacked. I believe it.
Yeah, right.
What I was telling you earlier, hey Goose, remember I was telling you earlier was that the UK had a cyber attack also today, just like we did. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder. I mean, we're not saying it was a cyber attack, but UK on their end with the things that happened there was a cyber attack.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe freaking Buttigieg was having sex with his partner and pressed the wrong button.
Well, let's put it this way.
Shut
I've
down,
never,
shut down the aviation.
in all my years, I've never heard of anything like that happen, that all computer systems for the whole air traffic control network went down. I mean, that's craziness.
So can I just throw in what I think? I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but I don't know much about technology, but this whole technology with like crypto and blockchain, maybe like that type of technology, they're trying to implement that into things like flights and things like that. So maybe they had to shut the
Hey, Rob,
system down to move over to that new
you put
technology.
you put your you put your $20 million investment into FTX.
No. But I'm just saying, it doesn't.
Ralph,
I'm not talking about the
wouldn't,
cryptocurrency. I'm talking about
with
the
any,
technology that they're using.
I wouldn't discount anything, Ralph. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who knows?
Well, that guy, when we
They
go
wouldn't
to
tell us
crypto,
if they were going to bring it down for that. That's for sure.
I mean, but that guy from crypto that came up with all that BS words that made up in the 2008, he gave the Democrats almost $400-500 million for their campaigns.
Yeah.
Now the guy robbed $2 billion. There's a lot of celebrity, which I don't care. They contribute to that BS crypto. Even the quarterback from the Tampa Bay, Brady, and his wife, they had over 1 million shares, lost a lot of freaking money. Is the guy in jail right now? Bravo,
Well, he
I
was
don't think he's in
arrested.
jail.
I don't know where he's at now. But did you hear today? They found $4 billion plus dollars, or $5 billion, $5+ billion.
Well,
They've
they
recovered.
won the billions that Hillary lost, and we can't find them yet.
So how in the hell do you find $5 billion when you said at first you only had $1 billion left?
Like the State Department, when Hillary was in charge, can't find the $2 billion they lost. They don't have no accountability. That's the same shit they've been doing for freaking decades. Now, Maverick, you and I, Bravo, you go do something wrong with your freaking IRS document, we go to freaking jail right away. More now that they got 166,000 agents. So Eric, Ralph, stop lying on you IRS return. Make sure you do the right thing because they're gonna get you for $2.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah! Now you can't even do a transaction with $600, but they let that crypto company give all that money to all those Democrats and everything. You know?
Yeah. Make sure you put down all your dependents there, Goose. Don't lie either. I know you got a couple more kids.
25, Goose. 25. No less than 25.
Claim those kids, bro. Come on.
They're over 18.
Well, and I think like the discussion about the closing the IRS, it's great that they're pushing legislation, but I think the one thing that they are also fundamentally forgetting about is that in order to get rid of the IRS, you need to first and foremost repeal the 16th Amendment. But I know repealing and adding constitutional amendments is an uphill battle.
But you know what, Eric? The only thing we need to do is make sure we freaking UPS all those freaking green uniform from the Border Patrol, give it to the freaking IRS agent. Let them do like they did to the marshals, Mary. They took the marshals from the plane and took them to the freaking border. Let's do the same thing with the IRS agent. Start arresting migrants. Do your freaking job.
I mean, didn't we during Obama? We armed all the IRS agents anyway, didn't we? They bought all those.
They bought all that ammo, remember, and stored it.
No.
Ammo.
They armed them with
hollow
new
points
computers and all that stuff.
Hollow points, which are supposed to be illegal in the time of war, but they bought all those hollow points for us. But
Jamie said, "I have one better. I have a better one, Bravo. What about the trillions Donald Rumsfeld said was missing on September 10th, 2001, and then 9/11, and then it was never again?"
Yeah. They've never brought it up since, have they? That was a quick way to get rid of it. Yep. Well, and then there's the whole story that things were getting ready to go down. That that's what I'm saying. This fight's been going on a long time, and they were instituting some of these changes and then they pulled 9/11 and kind of rolled everything back for a while. That's why we've taken so long to where we are right now.
Hey, Goose, Jester said good news for Goose. Says good news, though. Goose can't have any more kids. The vaccine made him impotent. Oh, well,
right. Well, if he could, you don't want any of those black-eyed kids. The ones that look like they're creatures from another planet. You know what I mean? So,
Hey,
yeah, it's probably better.
Bravo, you not took the placebo. Number one. Number two, stop talking about the vaccine. That's a side distraction for them to continue the destruction of our country.
Goose, a side distraction. It's a mass murdering thing. Did you see the guy that just wrote a book? He worked for BlackRock. BlackRock, manages over I've heard estimates from $9 to $13 trillion worldwide. He worked for them as a consultant, and he wrote a book, and he has a list of all the people that have died suddenly in his thing. He did an analysis for money purposes, not necessarily for health purposes, but he did it as to see, because a lot of the insurance companies were complaining that they're having to pay out too many death benefits. So he came up with this thing, and then his analysis was at the end that we need to stop these fucking shots because they're killing everybody.
You gotta die.
In Goose's defense, I wouldn't want to talk about the vaccine either because
Thank you.
Oh, I know. Well, Goose is lucky he's in a freedom state, so he got the placebo. You know what I mean? That's why they're not dropping dead like flies down there.
Well, can I ask you seriously, Goose? So since you did get the shot, did you get sick afterwards, regardless?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like to lie, so I'll be honest. The last 90 days, first time in my life, I got sick like 3 times.
Okay.
I don't freaking know why. Maybe I've been taking too many Viagra. I don't freaking know. But I got sick, and I told Mary, I don't freaking know what's wrong with me. I got sick back to back to back. Then I wrote Mary like month and a half sick.
Yeah, you have been.
And then you start thinking about that bullshit. On the other side, well, you know what? If I die earlier, I go back with God, and I'm trying to get my life straight like I always do. I try not to curse that much like I used to. But this motherfucker was killing me anyway. This Biden shit, destroying our country. It's hard not to curse, so that's why every night before I go to bed, I make sure I pray and ask for forgiveness for what I did.
Jester said the vaccine shriveled up Goose's balls. He's a liberal trans woman now. Sorry, Goose. That was Jester.
We'll send you a new wig for your birthday.
Jester busting your balls.
Okay, but
Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
Valentine's Day.
Go ahead, Eddie. Eddie, you close to the freaking LBGT city of the world. That is Atlanta, next to you. They're the number one city.
That's about 40-minute drive from my house.
So how many times a week you go there?
Hey, remember, Goose, we are on in Atlanta.
Don't know.
Right now.
So you got 40 minutes to defend yourself when they come flooding out of that city, Eric.
Good people.
Hey, that's the number one.
Let me just put a disclaimer there for Georgia. We're not claiming everybody's bad in Georgia. Goose is
no. Atlanta is infiltrated by the wacko, the crazies. Took it over. Like they do other cities.
I think the cigarettes are pretty cheap over there. So good job.
South Carolina, actually.
Freaking rap for the cigarettes.
Yeah. And fireworks, too. You can get some good fireworks. Yeah.
Well, it
good fireworks over in Alabama.
Yeah, but we don't have to go to those places. We just get the good ones here in our state.
Well,
right.
One of the comments that I read,
they are
when this girl from Russia got released. This guy is a girl, a guy, Mary. What is it?
Which one?
The basketball player.
Oh, well, it's a guy, but.
Well, Rob, get it straight.
I thought it was a girl.
I've seen some. I've seen some pictures. They look pretty. They looked pretty convincing to me that it was.
Why, Mary? Why? I mean, what?
Is this like Michelle Obama type of deal?
she
Oh,
had
they dance. They
he
dance.
had his shirt off, and all the tattoos that she has, he had, and I mean, it didn't look like they were altered pictures, but I mean, but who knows? But I still, yeah, I mean, it looks like a dude. I mean, she looks like a dude.
Oh.
I mean, she's got an Adam's
Well,
apple. I mean, what
If
more?
they got
What
an
more?
apple, they got a you know what.
Exactly. I mean,
I think
well,
somebody needs to do
like
a
that.
crocodile Dundee test.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree. That's coming.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
Ralph,
saying.
we'll
but
nominate you to do that,
Oh,
I heard
I was gonna
that
nominate
she.
Eric, but okay.
Eric.
Hey, Mari, I heard that he got released because the Georgia Senate race was coming up a day before he got released, and because they knew if they released them, if they released the guy or the girl, Atlanta was gonna vote for that crazy pastor that they did vote because LBGT freaking community. Yeah.
And Jester said there is video, apparently, of the fact that it is a guy, not a girl.
So
I mean,
Jester,
they're the
how
only
you?
ones they're the only ones that get promoted and and they get glorified are those people.
Well, you know
Well,
what? I'm
how you?
surprised. You know what I'm kind of surprised about, Goose, is the fact that remember we thought they were going to bring her home and parade her all over the TV and everything. But you know
No,
what? They didn't.
no,
You know,
because right now, if you read, they had it up in Fox News, and she said that she having hard time all the racial slur and all the bad stuff email she's getting or him. Yeah, it's because they traded. I
oh,
mean,
she
They left what they left a Marine over there and brought it.
yes,
She
Yeah,
hated
yes,
this country, and we brought her back, and we left the Marine. I mean,
it's
yes.
not a her.
of course
It's an
everybody.
it.
Not only that,
I mean,
the guy that we release is one of the worst
The worst of the
criminal.
worst.
can I
Yes,
be
yeah,
Yeah,
can I be a devil's advocate here? If you
absolutely.
go,
were,
Ralph, you don't have to.
well,
Go
Don't
ahead,
be
go
the
ahead.
devil,
for the
please.
sake of radio,
Just be yourself, Ralph.
for the sake of radio, if you were the Marine, would you want the civilian to go home?
Hell
Who?
no.
Not her. Not that.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was they went over there as a propagandist. They went over there and defied Russia. Russia said, "Don't come over here," and they came over anyway. So I mean, they knew what they were getting into.
The
Well, I mean,
Marine
the
didn't
Marine was
break the
accused of
law.
espionage.
The Marine didn't break the law.
No, because
He did. The
Yeah,
basketball player
it
did.
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Okay.
Yeah, the Marine didn't break the law. I mean, they accused him of spying, but I mean, even the Biden administration said that the charges against them are bullshit.
Ralph,
But
don't get me wrong. I'm not against the LBGT community. That what they do is that's up to them. They got free will to do whatever. But don't try to use the LBGT shit to try to get benefits which a regular American won't get. And that's what I freaking don't like.
No, but
They're a militant
why I was asking
organization.
that question. It had
They're a
nothing to do
militant.
with it had nothing to do with being LGBTQ. I'm just saying if you were a Marine and you were stuck in a bad situation, but yet a regular American was stuck in that same situation, you would say, "All right, get them out. I can handle this, but a regular civilian won't." That's what I was. Maybe I was watching too many like war movies or whatever. But
No, yeah, that's what it is. That's a different situation. In
Yeah.
combat, we look like heroes. We save the people that really want to be saved. But this guy didn't want to be saved. He committed a freaking crime, and we giving a pass, and we release the worst of the worst criminal to continue his agenda to freaking arm terrorists around the world that hate Americans. Thank you, and I finish my
yeah,
job
he's
today.
been there.
Bye. See
Yeah,
you
you're
later.
right, Bearded One. He's been there for several years now. I think he's been there 6 years. No, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, long time.
I think he's been there 6 years already. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fucked up because they made him think he was going to come home. They made it seem like it was negotiating both of them, and then all at the last minute, it was just her or him or it, whatever you want to call.
okay, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I mean, it's bullshit, is what it was. I mean, I mean, yeah. I mean, for
It-
me, if yeah, for me, out of the two of them, she should have stayed there.
It was a propaganda stunt because Biden wanted all the money from that community because they're a militant community that sticks together and they only vote for the crazy wacko Democrats. So he was doing it for that. You know what I mean? How much money they probably got from the community based on that? Yeah. These nuts stay together.
Yeah. I mean,
They're not doing it. They're not doing it to marry. They're not doing it to live happily ever after with a dude and a chick with a chick and a I don't know and an I don't know. But they're doing it because they're trying to change society. It's not enough for them just to do it on their own and live happily ever after. They want to force us to agree to it and force our children to agree to it and be part of it. I mean, that's what they want to do. That's why when they get put in positions of power, they only hire their own. They don't hire anybody else out. You know,
is they are changing the society.
they are. Look at what they've done since Obama.
Yeah.
Obama started all this crap. Even Clinton didn't have the balls to do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we're just the country. I mean, we're screwed either way. Any way you look at it, we're screwed.
I mean, talk about intolerant. They say that we're intolerant. Hell, you get one of them in position, they'll hire 100 or 200 of them just like them, and then they'll destroy a whole company like they did Disney. I mean, gee whiz. I mean, look at the shit Disney's going through now because of these people.
Yeah.
And we're finding out,
I know Disney used to be such a great brand.
All the secret dicks and all that they put into the pictures and into the videos and things like that.
That's been there for years, though. Before all this,
I know. Yeah,
they've always been messed up.
They've
always been messed up.
Yep.
No, that you're right.
So you think the former president of Brazil is trying to get advice from Trump or something?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think there's I think Brazil. Remember, Brazil is called the U.S. of the South. So I mean, there's things going on in that. I mean, did you see their January 6th?
I saw scenes of it.
Their January 6th made ours look like
That's
nothing.
what I was saying. I'm like, damn, they know how to do it right, and
They were kicking some ass. They were,
they're not allowed to carry weapons. So I mean,
right?
What does that say? I don't know.
I mean, that just shows you what a bunch of pussies we are.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately,
But it's just weird. Like, it feels weird to me that the exact same thing is happening in other. I don't know if it is. I know there were protests in different countries, but I don't know if there was another January 6th.
Remember, Peru is having issues right now. There's a lot of countries out there having issues.
No,
and it all has to do with
Bravo,
elections
Peru.
because this
Peru
is a
just
worldwide.
changed the government. Peru, the military just overthrow the government. Peru.
Yeah, and then what? A year and a half ago, Myanmar. Remember when the military went in and dethroned that? And she was Obama lover. They showed all kinds of picture of her and Obama together. Yeah, they're all in on this together. This whole thing, that the software that they're using with these voting machines, it's worldwide. It's not just the United States.
So they're all using the same. Company.
Yes,
Bravo,
they're all using the same thing.
It was Senator Romney wasn't one of the guys that was in charge or had to do something with the Dominion company way before many years ago.
Who?
Romney. Yeah.
Well, wasn't Romney's kids? Wasn't Romney's kids? They worked for. I thought didn't they work for people in Ukraine and Venezuela or something like that too? I don't remember.
It's a lot of stuff that we got to put together with.
Yeah, Pelosi's
Dominion.
children. Yeah, Hunter Biden. It was what's his name? He just talked about his kids. Yeah, his kids were in on this. They were all making $multi-million contracts a year, being consultants for their fathers.
No, isn't Pelosi's Nasty Nancy husband gay too?
Well, I mean, in theory is this gay.
I mean,
He's gay.
considering the evidence, I don't know.
Allegedly,
Well, according to
Allegedly,
what
yeah.
happened, the guy used the hammer because he didn't want to pay him the
You
money.
should say allegedly before you
Allegedly.
Well, because I didn't see
Talking
it.
like Star Jones.
say.
Allegedly.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I didn't say
Allegedly,
that.
he's a
But
homo.
I'm just telling you what I heard. And Nasty Nancy's son is gay too. Remember when she went to
Allegedly, Nancy's son is gay.
Allegedly.
No, I didn't say allegedly for that one because I saw that one on TV. The
Yeah,
guy
no,
was
that one's confirmed. That one
Yeah.
is.
All right, it's a
that
confirmed.
that one was confirmed one. Yeah, when he raised his hand, he started waving at everybody. I said, "Wow, what's going on here?"
Allegedly.
But they're all
Well,
proud. Isn't that weird how they all sacrificed their kids into all this crap? I mean, it's just so weird. I mean, I don't really know of any families that have kids that are, homosexuals and stuff like that and lesbians. But look at all these politicians, hell, in Hollywood people, they're all that way.
That's why they don't pay taxes and they go to jail. You know, most of the freaking
guy in the video that you sent me today, I couldn't remember his friggin' name for the life of me. Jester sent me a video. I couldn't remember. Let's see if Jester says his name because I can't remember the kid's name. Yeah, he was talking about how the pedophiles are in Hollywood like crazy.
He passed away, I'm sure, right?
Hey, we knew that. Just they're sending freaking news.
No, this
no
was
news.
one of the this actor or somebody, and he was coming out saying the same thing. I can't remember his friggin' name. I watched the video, and it was killing me that I couldn't remember his name.
Was he a child actor?
Yeah, he started as a child actor, and he was talking about how he's like, when I was 14 years old, man, I was surrounded by pedophiles.
Right.
Yeah, I think he was.
It wasn't
I think
the
he
guy
passed
from the
away,
Rascals.
If I'm thinking the same.
I think his name was Corey something.
Yeah, Corey.
What about you, Eric? Eric,
He
yeah,
passed away a long time ago. I think. right?
Eric would know.
He passed away.
I think he passed away, right?
Corey
long
Feldman's
time
still
ago.
alive, but
Oh,
Corey
is that
Haim
an old
died.
video? Oh, that was an old video? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, Jester said he's still alive. Actually, no, I just saw him singing the other day. He's got a band. So he's
Who?
Corey Feldman. Not dead.
What you doing? What you doing watching those videos, Mary?
He came on there, pop by on the fucking Instagram there.
You
I don't know.
love
This guy's a moron. He can't
Amber.
see shit. Amber May is in the house.
Where's Amber? She finally recuperated from that Arizona landslide. Amber, what's going on?
And he was a kid on the set.
Go ahead, Eric.
Oh.
I mean, I was in like a Twitter Spaces show 2 nights ago, and there was this very interesting lawyer named Leo out of New Jersey, and he really, said some things that were very thoughtful and informative. I know, like with the U.S. Senate in the state that it's in, that if we didn't have the 17th Amendment, we would have like state legislatures appointing our U.S. senators, and you would probably more than likely have a Republican-controlled U.S. Senate. But because of the 17th Amendment, and it going to direct vote, it's like our hands are tied, and having that 17th Amendment in place means that we have no means to like recall any U.S. senators that have acted in bad faith. And and another
that's
thing,
the governor.
not necessarily the governor. The state legislatures, your state house and state senate, would have the job of appointing them prior to 1913, and with the electoral college, which decides the presidency, technically, your state legislators would appoint electors for the electoral college to vote for the president. But in past like presidential election cycles, they determine like the electors based on the way the popular vote goes in the states. And the United States House of Representatives has always been a popular vote body, but the only beauty about that is that you have to to be reelected 2 years for that, much like the presidency is 4 years and the Senate is usually a 6-year term. And I think another thing that's fresh on my mind from like a group meeting I do weekly, that we know that Kevin McCarthy, being the House Speaker, how deeply unpopular he is with conservatives, and what people got to understand about that House Speaker position is a lot of the current and former speakers, carry a lot of baggage, because oftentimes, their political careers never recover after they serve as House Speaker, and Pelosi, she's never going to recover from that. And I know and some people have suggested in some of these meetings that maybe we're better off just keeping Kevin McCarthy as a House Speaker, despite his being unpopular, but his career is going to be over after this.
Well, we might all be over after this, Eric. We don't know. Amber, what do you think is going to happen with Carrie Lake?
Let's see if I can get her.
Is she still fighting?
Yeah,
I mean, if she's able to come in.
Yeah,
she's going all the way to the Supreme Court. She's not stopping.
Carrie Lake is.
Carrie Lake is. She's multiple times come out and said that.
Oh, she's driving right this moment.
Oh, she's driving.
Wasn't there a case that the Supreme Court was supposed to look at, but they turned it down?
The Brunson case. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, the Brunson. They've already got it back, and they're working on it to resubmit it again. Yeah.
Well,
it'll be interesting to see whether the Supreme Court has the cojones to look at that Brunson case.
Right.
I think they'll turn it down like they did.
Hey, they don't have
I think they should, but I think they should exhaust all 10, and I think they should get the publicity of putting it in 10 or 12 times or whatever it is, whatever it takes. You know what I mean? I mean, look at the grassroots movement they've caused just from that. That's pretty big. So,
Goose.
Huh?
What were you saying?
No, what I'm saying. I know you want to hear, Mary.
Yeah, I want to hear what you had to say.
Well, the thing is this. It don't matter. A lot of these cases being turned down even before they get to the Supreme Court, because we got people up there very crooked. I mean, remember when they released all the information about the Supreme Court decision about abortion? I mean, the system is broken. I don't see all this kind of good stuff that we're talking about that might take place. I don't think it's gonna take place. I mean, Bravo, I really would like to believe everything that you say, and it make you feel good, but it's for a few minutes. But I don't think it's gonna happen. I think these people completely hijack our government, and the only way we can fix this is by having a freaking revolution and clean house. That's it. I don't see anything else happening.
Either that or being as crooked as they are, or worse.
Thank you. And just like in your freaking, just like in your freaking IRS return, you might get out of it, but it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, it was broken. They were broken, and all this shit was said to them when they did the Roe versus Wade, which everyone said would never happen. Never in the history of the world would it ever be overturned, and it was. So I don't know. I mean, they freak me out too. I don't know.
Well, Bravo.
We know that there are a bunch. Roberts is compromised and all that. I mean, so who knows? But
Bravo. But in the Roe v. Wade decision, nobody went to jail. Remember that these other decisions, we are dealing with criminals that will go to jail if we change a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain to me like the what is it, like 1,000 inmates that were locked up for being child whatever? I forgot, getting released or something like that. Is that still happening, or did it happen already? I think it was in California.
That's a good question. I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about now.
People that were locked up for either child sex crimes or maybe minor.
Oh, you're talking about migrants? You're talking about migrants?
No, they were already in prison. That they were going to be released. They were going to be releasing like 1,000 of them.
Oh, yes. That they are those type of offenses. A lot of states, Illinois is doing the same thing. A lot of these places are doing that.
How the fuck are they? Well, it's California.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that shouldn't surprise us, but still, I mean, why the fuck would you be?
Hey guys, California used to be red not too long ago. In the 80s,
Really?
California was red. Arizona was red.
Bro,
Freaking
80s,
Nevada was red.
bro.
But all
Yeah,
this
yeah,
cheating that's been
California
taken
voted
for
for
many years.
Reagan. Yeah, they voted for Reagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
They used to be red.
they
All
took it
these
over.
Hang on,
no,
guys. Hang on for a second. I want to bring Amber in. Amber's on. Hey, Amber, can you hear us?
I don't think
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
We can hear you,
Is
Amber.
it working? Huh?
Yes.
There you go. Yep.
Yes, we can hear
Yeah.
you.
Oh wow, that's surprising. I got a new headset, but it's in and out.
Yeah, we got you.
Welcome to the team, Amber.
Hey, I was waiting for you to send me one, but bro, you took too long, so I had to go get my
Oh
own.
yeah, Goose, you didn't send her one.
You never sent me your address. I would have sent you 3. Jester get it from me for $5 from the homeless camp.
The gentleman in question on Josh Barnett's space the other night is Leo D'Onofrio out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
I think you would love to get him on your show too, Amber, and I'm sure
I would.
Maverick
That
and
was
Goose
a
and
great
Bravo would love
idea.
him as well.
I'll see what I can do because Josh is a good friend of mine, and he was trying to help Josh with his case in Arizona when he was trying to sue. He was he didn't have an attorney. He went all by himself, but Leo was trying to help him on the side because Leo couldn't practice here in Arizona because he filed too late to be able to represent Josh. There's a lot of stuff that's happening in Arizona, guys. You have no idea, but I don't want to like say anything right now until stuff's underway because you never want to
Well, you got to
give
be
the
selective. In
enemies
other words,
the advantage. Yeah, but there's a lot. Like a lot of us are coming together. It's huge. There's 3 different groups, okay? And I found out about all 3 different groups. Somehow I got involved in all 3. I don't even know how. And they all want to do the same thing. So I'm like telling everyone, okay, this group wants to do the exact same thing. You want to do the exact same thing. We all need to come together and the leaders need to talk amongst each other because we're not done in Arizona. If you think we're done, we're not done. Like there's a lot of stuff happening.
Amber, what was the magnitude of the corruption that took place this last election in Arizona?
What was
How
the
big?
what?
The magnitude. How big?
Oh, it was huge. It was huge. If you guys listen to my show, I interviewed a county board of supervisor from Mojave County. So Mojave County is on the western border of Arizona. It's next to California. And he was threatened to certify the election. You have to listen to that interview. What we found out is actually no county board of supervisors has the ability to certify an election because certifying canvassing, the word canvass means that they took a closer look. They are not allowed, they are forbidden to take a closer look. No one can see the ballots unless it's a court ordered. It's ridiculous. So the county board of supervisors, and when he went out and said what he said, that he's doing it under duress, under threat of being put into prison if he didn't canvass, other county board of supervisors from across the country started reaching out to him and saying, come to think about it, you're right, we don't get to see the ballots. It's a rubber stamp. So across the country, from California all the way to Maine, it's probably the same. I would bet money that the county board supervisors who are supposed to canvass can't even truly canvass. They're forbidden. And then not only that, but Katie Hobbs also threatened another board of supervisors who also didn't want to canvass and certify the election in southern Arizona. What was that county? Oh, Cochise County. It's on the border of Mexico and Arizona. And she threatened them too. So not only that, but we just discovered this week that one gentleman in Pinal County, so that's east of Maricopa, was given $25,000 to hide a ton of ballots, and he disappeared.
But I mean,
what about Carrie Lake? Even though when the judge let her take 50 ballots from 25 precincts, and they found 45% of the ballots there was something wrong with them. They weren't even legal, and
Right.
nobody did anything.
But if we
You
didn't
know?
Because the courts are compromised. If you
Oh, I
think we're going to win in the courts, you're mistaken. That's why this movement's happening in Arizona is grassroots 100%, because the
right.
courts are compromised. Now I am petitioning our America First legislators to start their own investigation of the 22 election. I'm putting a lot of pressure on them. I don't know if other people are, but I'm
Amber,
encouraging my fellow patriots to put pressure on them to start a hearing. Yeah.
Amber, why we didn't use the same energy? That remind me, Mary. Remember the 2000 when Kerry and Bush election?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yep.
when they start counting the ballots, it was not canvassing. They showed TV. They had three or two official counting and looking at each ballot number by number. It took them days.
I'll answer your
And
question. I'll tell you exactly why they did it that way, not this way. They were both bought by the deep state. They're both cabal. It didn't matter who won. They're both owned by the same people. That's why they could do it that way, because they were winning either way. This time you had an America First candidate, Kerry Lake, who our own county board of supervisors, Stephen Richer, well, he's a county recorder, and our chairman for the county board of supervisors, Bill Gates, created a political action committee to go against anyone who's an American First candidate. And then you see Twitter files. I mean, the evidence is right there. So either the judge got threatened or he's bought off. I don't know.
So,
But the evidence was overwhelming.
what are you guys hoping that's going to come out of this? I mean, obviously from 2020, nothing came out. We knew they cheated. It was out there. Everything was out there.
and
We
they
had
did it again.
evidence, and nothing happened. And now
And they did
2020,
it again.
the same thing. We let them do it again. We have all the evidence, and so far nothing is happening. Even
Yeah.
though they're going through all the process and going to the courts, and the courts are turning them down, and the same thing that happened in 2020. We did all those court battles, and they all got turned away. Supreme Court turned it away, just like they're doing now. I mean, so I don't see anything coming out of all this. I mean, but it's my opinion, but I don't see.
Well,
Mary,
it only takes one, though. It only takes one. They only got to get one to stick, and then it's going to open the door up to all the other ones. I
We
mean,
did that in 2020. We didn't get one.
Bravo. We don't have time to wait just one. We in 2022. Now we go in 2024 and then 2026. When are these abuse gonna stop? That's what I'm talking about. If they keep doing it, and I agree with Amber, and I mean I love your energy, but we
Mhm.
have to do this before the next election take over. We have to reform this. We have to stop this BS harvesting, sending ballots to every single dead people in the county,
Exactly,
people from
because
another.
if we don't goose, it's
Still-
going to happen again in 24.
I agree, but this fight has to go on. There has to be a public face to this fight because there's still too many people that aren't awake yet. I mean, the military just can't step in and do anything unless the majority of people are awake to a certain extent to understand
Bravo,
what's
we
getting
don't
ready to
have
happen.
military anymore. We got a
I'm
bunch
not
of
talking about
transgender.
that military. I'm not talking about the
No,
military that they
come on,
corrupt.
you're beating a dead horse there.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. I'm talking about. There's an element, the special forces commands, which we're not even going to get into. They're not corrupted. The other ones are corrupted. I agree. They did a good job at doing that. But yeah. But I mean, there can't be anything like that. There still has to be some sort of public face. There's got to be some sort of action that comes in, kind of like the Supreme Court did with Roe versus Wade. I mean, there's got to be something that comes out of it. You got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I mean, these guys aren't.
Mary,
Yeah,
you
no,
can't
I'm not saying you're
compare.
not.
Mary,
I'm not
you
saying you're
can't
not.
compare. You cannot compare Roe v. Wade with the other stuff. Roe v. Wade is a different beast. These
No.
other beasts, we're talking about corruption that took place for many election cycles, and somebody
Yeah,
had to go behind bar.
Right.
They even
Well, we're
admitted
talking
it
about
in the
corruption
court case.
too.
Joe?
Now,
They
Amber,
admitted in the Kerry Lake case that they had been messing with the printer thing for 3 consecutive elections. They admitted it. I mean, so
Right.
when you're admitting it and the judge still rules against you, I mean, that tells you everything. But the Patriots here are going to do stuff. I can't tell you what it is yet. I
Right.
don't, because if I do, you don't tell the enemy what you're doing. Okay.
Right.
I want to tell you there's a lot of hope in Arizona. That's what I want to portray to you. And once this starts moving, then I will be more free to talk. But right now, I don't feel comfortable talking and showing our hand until things are moving. But
No, that's fine. But every case is not a wasted case. When this stuff comes out into the court, it gets documented. It can be pulled. It can be pulled again and used in other courts. I mean, this is all good. This is the way you fight a battle in the 21st century when we're a sophisticated country. We don't do things like third world countries. So we got to fight this way until there is some sort of element that steps in.
And you might
hey,
be right.
you are right.
You might be right.
You're right.
But when you get repeated courts turning this shit down, saying, "Oh, there's not enough evidence," boom. So the next court will just go look at what the other said and go, "Oh, well, they didn't do it. We're not going to do it." And that's what happened. We kept going court to court to court, and they would just look. The other ones didn't take it.
Shopping, yeah.
And then we went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme
Well,
Court.
it was all those in 2020. Most of those were on standing. Yeah, but they can't do that again this time. I mean, they're coming out. There's real
correct. Look what happened with Kerry Lake. He said exactly that. Evidence got shown to the American people, and it's documented in a court of law. So the things that happened that were nefarious in our election are now proof in a court of law. They showed their what do they call them? Exhibits.
I agree with you, and I agree with your enthusiasm, as you said. But it's a little too late. We allowed this thing to happen. We didn't do nothing after 2020. We bitched and moaned and and tried to go to court and all this bullshit. We did nothing. And we said, "Oh, we're not going to let them happen. We're not going to let that happen again in 22." And then we turned around and they did the same thing. They didn't change their MO. They did the same exact thing again. And then we're going, "Oh, well, what the hell happened?" We're standing with our dick in our hand going, "Oh, how did that happen again?" I mean,
Maverick, they've been doing this probably since 2012.
Longer than that.
At least.
Longer
Maybe
than
even
that.
when Obama got in there.
I have longer than that, but I have it on video on my show that Obama admitted in 2008 to election fraud, but it goes longer than that.
We all know when Obama got elected, he was getting 110% of the vote in politics. How the hell does he get 110%? And the other
right, but think about it. Back then, nothing came up. But there was nothing came up. We didn't even start finding this shit out until Trump got in there. We didn't start finding out. Got in there.
Those numbers came out back then. Just nobody did anything. And you guys are absolutely right. This has been happening. But everybody says we got to fix it. We got to fix it. But nobody fixes it.
It's coming to a climax. They can't hold it back much longer.
It's no climax happening. Let me tell you why. In Florida, we used to have the same issue many years ago. And Rick Scott, with all the politicians, did a good job reforming our voting system. And that's why the last two cycles, we finished on time and we already know who won the election. It's up to the legislation and the governor to work together to fix those issues. And they are not doing it. And more, we don't have no excuse, Amber, because you had a crooked ass governor that went against Trump and did the same thing now. And I think he's looking for another job now, something like that.
Not just the governor. I didn't realize the mafia that was in Arizona.
Arizona, yes, we did. We had
Arizona and Las Vegas and Nevada. I mean, the mafia is like huge out there.
But you want to know what? You want to know what? They are gone. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them that were part of that mafia are gone. They're not in the state legislature. Let's take another one. Nancy Pelosi, gone. Let's take another one. Fauci, gone. You know what? I interviewed Kash Patel, and he was saying that the biggest win we had was the fact that we're going to have Congress, Republican House, are going to do all these investigations. And when he was doing Russiagate, the biggest one they had was exposing all this stuff, and heads of departments left. And so, what I'm expecting, if our state legislator will do some investigations, I could see a step down from a lot of heads of departments gone.
Yeah,
To me, that's a big win.
like pensioner. Yeah, they're not gonna be on those committees anymore, and that's a good job what the House is thinking. I think those 20 people that sent those concession to McCarthy, he had to do that because he was forced to do that, because if not, he wouldn't be elected as the House.
But look, this is a process. I mean, look how many Democrats and rhinos retired in this last cycle. I mean, there was not another cycle this huge since other than 1994 or 1993. I mean,
that's a huge win.
It's a process. It's a process.
We're getting momentum. Yes,
we are.
When did we have ever America First candidates so fired up in the House of Congress before? I mean, this is the first time we've had a debate this long with the Speaker of the House. This is amazing. You want to know why? Because you and I are fired up, and we got them to be fired up. It starts small. The fire starts small, and then, oh my God, pretty soon the forest is on fire. So just...
McCarthy is a piece of shit. That's why they were...
Oh, he is a piece of shit. Well, yeah, but he should have been a shoo-in. With any other Congress, he would have been a shoo-in.
Maverick, what's your language?
Oh,
right. And like I said, look at it was 20 people out of what? Out of 220 or 223 or whatever, 20 people did that. So if you got 5 to 10 in the Senate that are fire like that, we're talking a whole new game. I mean, if we got people like that in there. Yeah, and then it is going that direction.
The last 2 years, what has happened the last 2 years?
Amber's enthusiasm, bravo. I do.
My friend Clay Clark, for the last 2 years, I've been a part of his Reawaken tour, has been going state by state by state by state by state. We have streamed it on so many channels. We have 1 million people watching the Reawaken tour. What do you think that's been doing? Educating people. We've been talking about election fraud, medical fraud, all the fraud. So we've been having to educate people state by state by state. Our alt media, your media, my media has been taken up. They're watching us more than they're watching mainstream media. So we have been getting momentum. And now for the first time in Arizona, we have an America First caucus. I mean, this is huge. We have 3 groups ready to take action.
And look how fast, I agree with Amber. Look how fast Florida did. The last election cycle of Florida before this one there was corruption in that one too. This one was very clean, and look how quick they did it. Imagine if Carrie Lake got in there, how quick. She was going to declare an emergency on the border, and she was going to go ahead and change the whole system. And she had people in place to help her do it. I mean, this can happen very quickly if we get the right people in there.
And that's the thing. They didn't want the right people. This was the only move they had. This was the only move with the cheat. And it was so obvious. So I see good things coming. And the changes are small, and sometimes it's hard to see. But we've had some wins. Look at how we pushed back on COVID. Look at that. I mean, this is amazing. We beat the COVID narrative because they want to use the COVID infrastructure to bring out the central bank digital currency and usher in smart city, which is your digital prison tied with the central bank digital currency. Now, because of the COVID passports, they have the infrastructure in place. But because we've defeated the COVID narrative, I really think we stand a chance to defeat the central bank digital currency and the smart cities. I really think we do.
Because remember, guys, it was Agenda 2021. Trump getting in there made a big difference. Now they had to move it out to 2030. We are winning. They're not. It's just chaos right now. I agree with Amber. I see it's painful and we have to go through it, but I do see things that are happening in the background. You know what I mean?
We have
Sister said,
go ahead.
To get the right people in these places, it's impossible. That's from Jester.
Well, you know what? Donald Trump was an anomaly in 2016. Okay, so what I want to encourage your audience to do is not to stop voting. Continue to vote for someone died for you. You guys fought for our freedoms. You and You and you and your friends have fought for us to have the right to vote. So, A, if you stop voting, you spit on the face of all those soldiers who have died for that right to vote. B, God gave us that right to vote. Don't let them take that out. The only way they can win is if you let them win. So
I
don't
vote
stop
20
voting
times.
because God gave it to you and the military gave it to you. But B, why would you just let them take the cheat without the
Right.
fight?
Right. Fight. If it goes kinetic someday, then it does. But at least we're fighting right now. Fight with your voice. Fight with our shows. That's what we do right now. That's all they want us to do for it.
Well, bravo. Our voice
Hang on one
is
second.
not working. We're going to have to do something else.
I think it is.
All right.
I
It
think
is
it is working.
working. Oh,
Hang
it
on.
is working.
Hang on. Let me
You
read.
guys are cute. Jesse, you're
You
cute. The
guys,
only way anything changes is 2A. And that ain't ever happening in the fact that they're not even scared of the 2A retards anymore because they know if cutting off your sons isn't enough to call you to revolt, then nothing will.
That was Jester. That was from Jester.
But just to come with some crazy shit all the time.
I love Jester. He's great.
Bravo One, yes, it's working. We must keep voice and our protest and voting the people we want in. Not going to be perfect overnight, not perfect overnight, but we will must keep working on it. I was
Right.
like,
Let me tell you a show that I saw today. Okay, so I was watching Rebel News, and they had a clip on the 15-minute city in Oxford, England. Those people were fighting against the 15-minute city that their city wanted to put in. I mean, that's because alt media like you and me, the rest of them that are talking about this imprisonment, this digital imprisonment, it's getting people to react. They had people going door to door, putting leaflets on and protesting, and that's how we win. So we're starting the small fire. It only takes a couple people to be brave. Before then, but more and more people get brave because a few of us were brave. And then before you know it, it's all over the nation. We are seeing the wins. They're just not always obvious.
Right. And all these people in these lower level positions, I mean, in the state legislature, I mean, in the administration offices and things like that. I mean, they're the ones that write the rules and able to implement the stuff and everything for the governor and for the state attorney general and all that stuff. I mean, all these inputs matter. I mean, that's how things are changing. You change the rules. You say, okay, we're not going to have, mail-in ballots anymore. We're not going to have these drop boxes anymore. Just like Trump's been saying, that's the next step is we stop all that. No more 1 month of being able to vote.
said that after 2020. Just get rid of the mail-in ballots. Let's get
But
rid
that's
of
only been since the 80s. It's not even been around for that, that
It was
long.
mid 2000s.
Yeah. So this is what because we allowed these communists to take over. People don't realize communists never stop either. We have no choice but to keep fighting. I mean, we got to keep fighting with our voices and everything. Like I said, if we get called to do something more someday, then we do. But right now, we don't have to do that. So why don't you just fight? Fight.
Bravo. It's not that Mario and I, many other people stop fighting because we fight every day. That's why we do this show. But we are calling freaking reality. Reality is in 2020, we did have 34 states with Republican legislatures. And I think 90% of them have Republican governors like Arizona, and they didn't do jack.
The
about
state
changing
governor of
things.
Arizona. Yeah.
No, I pick Arizona because it's true, Amber. That took place in
It
Arizona
is
too.
true.
He was
It is true. We
And
had a
we
fake
do have
what
Republican
Rhino
governor.
stands for. Rhino stands for Republican in name only.
And we had the greatest opportunity to make many changes. But like Mary say, and I know maybe some people say, well, Mary's, don't like Trump. No, I understand where Mary's coming from. We've been doing this since 2015. Then I'm right, Mary, supporting Trump. Since Trump launched to become a president. And it's not like we just started this yesterday, but we see the same thing taking place over and over again. We're gonna have to make sure this time it really happened. We can't just keep waiting. By the time we freaking realize we'll be 80, 90 years old and shit didn't happen. This needs to take place now.
I agree. 100%.
Yep.
And Eric, thank you for your support.
Yeah, Earth's in there.
Yeah.
Earth's great.
Yes, it was Fox News.
Hang on, but I gotta make sure you get new headphones. I think Jester got some Bose 35 2
I just
for
got some skull candies.
yeah. Well, Jester can get it for you for $2-3. He go to that homeless camp in New York City and he buy all kind of good stuff. That's Jester. Come on.
Well, I mean, yeah, like Goose said, I mean, we look. I mean,
I'm
it's not,
frustrated too. Yeah,
it's not that we don't want these things to happen that you guys are saying. I mean, we do. It's just, I mean, it's time. I mean, we're running out of time. That's the problem. We are. Everybody, oh, we got time. We don't have that much time.
Albert, what do you think about these documents that this guy was holding for many years? These classified documents.
It's bullshit because he's the vice president, not even a president. Well, but you know what they did? They set a precedence when they went after Donald Trump. So every other president before him and after him, it's precedent now. Like
they won't be
they
able
opened
to indict
Pandora's
him.
box.
They won't be able to do anything to Trump now. The only way, like I always say, the only way they're gonna get Trump, something that happened 20 years ago with the taxes, stuff like that. But stuff since he took over the government when he was a president, nothing's gonna happen to him about that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. They can't touch him.
Remember when Obama was in there? They sealed both at Occidental College. They sealed Harvard. They sealed all of his medical records. They sealed everything. They wouldn't let you see anything. But now that they went after Trump and now they got into his, now we can use that same thing on all the rest of them now. You got to unlock all this other stuff.
They messed up when they did that. They did. Because as soon as we clean house and get America First candidates, it's on.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton did it. Joe Biden did it. All the other presidents before them did it. It's on.
Yeah, because why don't you think they want you to unseal their college? Because all their theses were communist manifesto theses. It would expose really who they are and who they worshipped. They don't want you to see that. But it's going to all come out. It's not coming out fast enough for me either. But and I think there's some sort of kinetic thing going to happen. That's going to happen once some of this stuff comes out in some of our civilian, things out there. To expose some of this.
If you think you're frustrated, imagine how I feel. I have a communist governor. I have a communist secretary of I have a communist attorney general right now, and they all cheated to get there. Like, so talk about frustrated. Yeah, I'm frustrated, but that's why I think it took to this point to get enough people fired up in Arizona to do something. But I also want to remind you what the Bible says. God reminded me last week or the week before that the government is on Jesus' shoulders. Isaiah chapter 9. We just celebrated Christmas, and Isaiah chapter 9 talks about the birth of Jesus Christ. So the government is on Jesus' shoulders. Ultimately, all of this is going to be on him. Like, I have to do stuff because faith that works is dead. But ultimately, it's God who's going to do stuff. And I just ask him every day, God, please direct my path. How are we going to win this?
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
what the Bible also says is what's done in darkness will be shown in light. So it's a promise that God made.
Thank you, Twitter. Thank you, Twitter.
All this evil that's being done right now is going to be exposed and is starting to be exposed. Can you imagine? Never in my life, the transhumanist person, Elon Musk, transhumanist, exposing stuff on Twitter. Like, never in my mind. We don't know the people God is going to use to expose stuff, but God is in the process of exposing a lot of things right now. And the way God's going to win this is different than the way you and I are going to win it.
Right. The same guy that said we're going to put chips in people's heads and turn them into human robots and things like that. He's the guy exposing all this stuff. I mean, yeah, something's going on.
But Bravo, once again, we mentioned this before in the show because some people trying to criticize Moss as the Antichrist, which if he's the Antichrist, I mean, we are close for Jesus to come over and take. There's
been multiple antichrists. Multiple.
the thing is that he been putting out and releasing some good documents that if I was in charge, I would have taken many of those people to jail. But he's doing a great job releasing all those documents. There are other people releasing some good documents, but nobody's still going to jail, and that's what really pissed me off.
Kash Patel's pressure on Elon Musk. So let me tell you a funny story. So when Kash Patel was on my show, it made it look like my show was the one who got Baker fired from Twitter, because when he came on my show, he was talking about Baker, and that within a few hours after that, Baker got fired and he was tied to Russiagate.
But
So
he's fired himself. Baker fired himself. He didn't want to follow orders.
No, he got fired by Elon Musk.
Yeah, because he didn't
Kash
want to follow his orders.
But Kash Patel had been pressuring Elon Musk to fire him for like weeks. But it just so happened that it coincided on the day he was on my show. It was hilarious. But look, that's a big step too that Elon Musk did. James Baker fired. I mean, person in charge of Russiagate. So he went from Russiagate all the way to big tech, and then he gets fired from big tech. So I mean, that's a win too. And we've only had that within the last 2-3 weeks.
Well, the guy's been fired from everywhere, so he's gonna find a new job. He might go.
Yeah, and how many? And we found out that how many 3-letter agency high level people that retired were on the board of Twitter and everything else, and all these high positions and everything. I mean, the whole thing was a psychological operation. The whole thing was a psychological operation,
and it worked well.
Yeah.
Yes. It's not just Twitter.
Follow the money.
Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of these people get promoted to other positions, like that guy you talked about, Baker. I mean, he was the lawyer that was involved in the Russia hoax, yeah.
Yep.
And he moved to another office after.
Yeah, he got exposed from Kash Patel's investigation. Then went to Twitter, and then when Elon Musk bought Twitter, and Kash was putting pressure on Elon Musk to fire James Baker, he got fired. He got fired.
And Amber, what about the investigation of the special counsel? We haven't heard from him. He's dead?
I don't know. I think he's still going, but I don't know what's going to come of it, knowing who's in charge of the DOD or
I mean,
DOJ.
he's been there, what? How many years? 3 years in charge of that investigation?
John something. I kind of forgot all about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we forgot about it, but he's still in charge of that investigation.
John Durham. Yeah.
Yes, Durham. Yeah. So
yeah, but
maybe they told to stay quiet.
I have no idea, but all I know is if you want to win, everybody has to put pressure in their own state. This is how we win, because they've been coming after our state for decades. And they start infiltrating your city councils and your county board of supervisors and your school boards, and then they go all the way up. They've been putting their people in. They say pack the court. They packed the court decades ago with all their people. So they always talk about
Obama did, yeah.
Not just them. It's like every president before him and every president after him. They've all packed all the courts. That's why we don't see justice.
And George Soros had a whole program of going after all the Secretary of States of all the states, putting their candidates in, funding all the races. I mean, these people we're behind the power curve here. We're just getting caught up. I mean,
that's because
that's why you got to reform the voting system about that. People giving cash to anybody. That's number one. That's a big issue. That's another 2-hour show. But the main problem is that George Soros was breaking the law with buying all these state prosecutors, giving them money to prosecute and go after political people. And that's the truth. That's a fact. Now,
district attorneys,
we continue about that like this. Now we jump into the documents, classified documents from Biden. I just read yesterday that the guy that's going to be the special counsel for investigating that, it was a guy that used to work with Biden, but Biden was trying to fire him. I think they're just trying to make it look like they're doing the right thing. But it's something here that they're doing that's very crooked. And they're trying to save Biden's ass. I don't know what it is. Maybe the Democrats or the Republicans already had the documents and they were forced to release those news. So I don't freaking know. But this doesn't sound good, Amber, about this guy classified documents because the DOJ is as corrupt as any other agency right now. So I don't
Right.
know why they release, what is behind the intent. It doesn't sound good. It don't smell good. Something's going on here that I
What
don't
do
know
they
because
not
it
want
doesn't
us to
sound right.
see? Yeah.
Mhm.
What this is a distraction for what? Like that's always my question. What
Yep.
is this a distraction for that they don't want us to see?
Exactly.
Yes, it's something behind why they're
Yeah.
gonna release now those news about those classified documents. Why? I mean, I don't know why they didn't have to do that unless somebody already knew.
Well, I think they
Yeah.
did. I mean, if we excuse me, if we had something to do with it, we meaning the Republican side. Um, I mean, obviously, we did it for a reason. We did it to because now, like you said, Goose earlier. I mean, now they're going. If they had any momentum on doing something to Trump, we just shot it down. I mean, we just made it.
This is
But
this is how they
it has
fight. This
to
is
be.
this is how you fight a warrior. This is how you play chess.
It
This is
has
a
to
chess
be.
game.
It has to be something that is coming that is bigger than that. I think something's coming out of this document that it's gonna blow out everybody's mind. I don't know. This guy never pre this guy never were thinking that he was gonna run for president. He thought that when he finished with Obama, that's it. He was done. And between 2016 and 2019, he did a lot of dirty shit with all these other countries. So maybe something's coming out that's gonna impact the entire United States about this guy. And that I guess they're trying to prepare us to be ready mentally, to
Let
be ready.
let's let's not forget that it's just been in the recent years it's been brought to people's attention it's a uniparty. We really didn't have a Republican slash Democrat party. We had one party, and the Republicans were a placeholder to make it look like we had a two-party system when we only had a one-party system. And then so
Hmm.
we held everything copacetically, and then once the Democrats took over, and then they could continue with their agendas. It's never been a two. Look at all the Republicans. Look at
Yeah.
McCarthy. Look at what's his name from Utah. I mean, all the supposed Republicans. McCain, supposed Republicans. Look at all of them. Just like supposed Republican. They
Well,
not. They were uniparty.
DeSantis, DeSantis was taking a lot of heat, and I gotta
Controlled
say this:
opposition. Yes.
and DeSantis' new inauguration for governor, Jeff Bush was there. A lot of people didn't like that.
Did you know Jeb Bush? Okay, so on my show, I interviewed a guy just recently, and he's a paramedic, but he also does rideshare for like high end people. And they start talking politics, and he ends up getting conversation with people who have been a part of discussions. And so this one couple that was in his car was there in the rooms when they were discussing Jeb Bush two Bush George W.
Jeff Bush,
And
Jeff Bush,
yeah,
yeah.
it was supposed to be Jeb. Like, well, not supposed to be. Like they said outright in this meeting that this couple attended, they didn't want Jeb Bush because he's the smarter one out of the two, and they wanted George W. to be the puppet president under his
His
dad
dad.
and Cheney.
Okay, okay, Cheney. I agree with that because
Hmm.
Cheney is a criminal, just like his daughter. That betray. Well, Amber, you're right. It was the two. It was. We always believe that was two party. It was just one. A Democrat
One.
take 8 years, then another Republican take 8 years. Now, when Trump took over, it changed everything because Trump didn't agree with that BS. He didn't.
Let me.
Trump
Oh,
totally
sorry.
didn't agree with it. Go ahead.
Let me. I'm just gonna read in chat room. Missed a few. You guys are funny. You guys haven't figured out how they work yet. When they know they're guilty of something, they hold the information back and accuse the Republicans of it first. and later let the story out so they can claim the Republicans are just projecting. It's exactly what they did with the Russian collusion. They let the story lead way. Later, it's old news and no one will notice.
Well,
Uh,
who released with the Russia? It's not true. I mean, this is more beyond that. I mean, do you think they're gonna accuse this guy of something just to accuse him? No, I don't. I don't think that. I think the only way they're gonna get Trump, the only way is, like I said, Mark before, is about all those crimes that he committed before he became president. It's no
right.
other way. That's why the New York state attorney is going after his taxes, and he's dealing with his building and all his real estate money that he made lying when he filled out all those applications to get all that money to buy all those real estate. That's why they're gonna get him. They're not gonna get him. I don't give it. Then what you say about political? Nothing political is gonna get Trump.
Yeah. Well, and it's going to be their interpretation of it. He didn't really do anything wrong. He goes by he's squeaky clean. Just like he said. He said, I do
He
everything
is.
by the
He's
book.
clean.
And
Politically, he's clean. There's nothing you can
right,
find that guy did wrong.
right.
And
And how
also
long
his
did they try to
business
build us
too.
up about the tax bullshit? And then they didn't find anything. Zero. He followed all the rules, all the laws of the land. I mean, they're idiots. The
And they
people
got
are
his
never going to
tax.
get it. They're never going to
Hey,
get it anymore.
Bravo, they released his tax. Nobody said anything about it. They were talking all
I
that
know.
noise and nobody
Yeah.
said anything.
Nope. Right. It's a nothing burger. They don't have anything. Just like they spent what, 34 million or something on Russia with Mueller. Nothing. How many people did they bring in? How many FBI investigations were there? I mean, it was crazy and they had nothing.
What came out
Well,
about it was Hillary Clinton was part of creating a fake dossier. So
Right.
that's great that this Russiagate happened because then more got exposed, and the Clintons keep coming up with all these things that keep happening. So
Amber, what
sometime
happened?
it's gonna
And
creep up on them
yeah, and
eventually.
Amber,
all the Haiti
Amber,
stuff and the
Right.
children and all
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amber,
And you
we
know,
tend to
Go
forget
ahead,
those
Chris.
things. We tend to forget those things. Remember the uranium that we give to Russia.
yeah,
Remember the $2 billion State Department that was missing. They didn't have
right.
accountability of the $2 billion. Where they are. I mean, all that stuff. People tend to
Fast
forget
and
what
Furious.
Hillary,
Yep.
Fast and Furious, all that stuff. I mean, they've been doing this many years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they continue doing the same thing. I agree with this. When they accuse you or you're doing something, that means they're doing it. That's what it
A
That's
is.
the
100%.
communist way. That's the way the communists do it.
Yeah.
That's the way they do it. Accuse them of what we are doing.
Yes.
So you know why they don't close the border, right? There is this investigative reporter that I've seen on a few shows. She did one with Tucker and she did one with Dr. Mercola. She's phenomenal. And she did a story on FTX, and that thing is so like huge. Like I had to diagram it out, and I'm still not done with it. Anyway, she was saying during her investigations that she's done, and she did a lot with Iran Contra, she has found out that the Democrat Party was captured even around the Hoover time, maybe even before Hoover, but like crime syndicates and the intelligence community, and Hoover was in charge of the intelligence community, and he's notorious for using sexual blackmail. So what that party has done is captured both sides now, and they deal with arms. They get money from that, drugs, and trafficking people. What do you think is happening at the border? Drugs, arms, and trafficking people. Our government is so corrupt, they get money from that. They're not going to stop that.
No, these people are going to fight. They're Walking Dead people. They're never going to give up. So you either got to totally destroy them and get them out of there, or they're going to keep going. I mean, they're like robots.
Mm-hmm. It's sick and twisted.
Yeah.
But going back to Clinton, when he was in office, they created a law that said that you can use Social Security money to take away kids using CPS, illegal kidnapping with CPS. And if the state didn't put the kids back in their homes for so many months, then the federal government will pay the state money out of Social Security for them to adopt the child out of the home. So that is child trafficking using Social Security money and CPS.
Yeah. CPS was a big front for them people, especially in the bigger inner cities.
Megan Walsh talks about that. She's the daughter of John Walsh, America's Most Wanted, and she is exposing the corruption of the child trafficking through CPS. She's experienced it herself.
Yeah. And remember all those military bases they shut down in the 90s? They just retrofitted them and used them for their own purposes. You know, I mean, to help traffic kids, all those bases have all underground systems in them and everything. I mean, it's sick. It's sickening.
It's so sick because we have so many tunnels, and the tunnels go from whatever country all the way up into someone's home. That's how sophisticated these tunnels are, and often you'll see them in like a garage, and so they can traffic cartels, drugs, arms, terrorist organizations, and children. Your children are gone. You'll never see them again because they go to someone's house. They go through the tunnel. Boom, they're out of the country. It's so gross. It's so disgusting. How many people. I wanted to be in tears. I wanted to be in tears because I was volunteering for a foster a guy who has a foster program, and he reaches out to foster homes across the valley, and he supports them. And he had this big old Christmas party, and it was like several foster homes, and they had so many kids that it filled a bowling alley. So many kids have been taken out of the homes of families, and I wanted to cry, but I didn't want to show it in front of the kids how sad I was about their lives being destroyed. Now, do some kids need to be out of the home? Absolutely. But the rate they take them out, I think there's it's a money thing. They're tracking kids.
And people, that's one thing I don't understand why they're not leaking. I know they've leaked a lot of stuff out about the kids being used and for body parts and adrenochrome. I mean, but if that kind of stuff really got out into the mainstream and people found out what they were doing to their children, talk about unite the population against evil. I mean, those people. I was in Romania. I stood on the square and saw the blood on the ground from where they hung Nicolae Ceausescu upside down when I had adopted my little girl over there. I'm telling you, that would have been nothing compared to what would happen over here.
Every time someone who has any kind of influence, they murder them for speaking out. What happened to what's her name, Ellen DeGeneres' girlfriend? They murdered her. There's a senator from Georgia in the '90s. She was exposing it. They murdered her.
Yeah,
Kathy, they murdered him. I mean, they murder everybody who tries to expose it because you are 100% correct.
Oh, they commit suicide.
Really found out. And
or the suicides on the door handles. The suicides on the door handles. That's a signal. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's sickening. This stuff, to me, I think the American people are sophisticated enough because I remember the first milk cartons that came out, and I'm telling you, that's when they really started getting.
Damn, Bravo, you were not born when that happened, Bravo.
I was out there when that came into play. It only came in the '70s.
Bravo might have been on one. I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, that would unite everybody, and we need to see movies. We need to see the movie with what's his name? The guy that
human trafficking, human trafficking, and organ trafficking is going on big time in the border. Big time.
100%.
Child trafficking everywhere. We talking about.
That's why they keep the border open.
Abuse. That's 100% committing genocide. Our government's committing genocide. Not protecting these kids coming from other countries.
Right.
They are not. A lot of ugly stuff going on up there. A lot of pedophiles, a lot of sex offenders that are taking advantage of the situation.
Right.
And
Yep.
yes, you're trying to clean El Paso street for the president. Why? You
He's
already
a pedophile.
know. Yeah, maybe that's why they're trying to hide the kids away from him because then he starts smelling them and everything, and they don't want him to, because I mean I just don't get it. These guys all over YouTube smelling kids, touching kids, and people think that this is right, that behavior is okay. No, that's a behavior
Mm-mm.
of a pedophile.
But
Talk to me, Goose.
that's nothing compared to what's going on. I mean, did you listen to Jim Caviezel when he gave? He was at a conference of over 5,500 or 6,000 people, and over 500,000 were live streaming. And
Reawaken tour.
He went into detail about adrenochrome and all this stuff. The American public needs to know that this is not a fantasy. If
Right.
they knew that in their hearts, that their kids were being snatched up, 800,000 to 1,000,000 a year, I'm telling you, they would come off their rockers, and there wouldn't be a person who would be able to walk down the
But
freaking
what
street.
these people are listening, and these people, I mean, they don't have excuses to say we didn't know. Like you say, they know, but they're still putting the same people in the same position, voting for the same people, and they're not voicing their opinion like they're supposed to, like we do. And that's what's
Well,
missing in our country. Do they really listen? I don't think they're
Goose, we
listening.
need it, but the normies need to hear it
That's
from
right.
an authenticated, authoritative voice that they believe in their own minds, which comes from mostly the mainstream media. If they started hearing that from the mainstream media and everything, then the normies, the ones that we can't reach right now, would start questioning
You gotta
things.
listen to the local news,
really-
all those
But
places.
you really think they would start listening now, or
Yeah, they would.
Yeah,
When it comes
I
to
do.
this, they would.
They
And
have
look
to
who's
hear it
behind
from someone.
Yes.
They got to hear it from someone that they think is authoritative, and right now they think ABC's authoritative, or CNN, or MSNBC, or one of these things.
You got-
Not all those people are bad. Some of them are just freaking not awake.
The sad thing
They
is,
weren't awake at
Bravo.
one time.
You're talking
The
about
sad-
the older generation. The older generation, you're not going to change their minds. I mean,
if it comes to the
We know-
kids
we
and
know-
it came out, no,
Yeah.
it would.
two
100%.
people, no matter what you
Yeah.
say, they'll change their mind.
If they showed pictures of children
Yep.
and then they started bringing
Yes,
all
they
that
did.
shit out, I'm
Yep.
telling you, they would
It
do.
would.
They would
It
piss.
would.
Their
Because
mothers would
every-
probably too.
Because they were parents. Because they're parents. You have a soft heart when it comes to
Yeah.
kids when you're a parent because you know how valuable your own kids are.
I-
And so
and I-
when you know how valuable your own kids are, you have a soft heart for other parents that are going through really hard things with their kids. I know it would.
You're talking
Yeah.
about an older generation who's been brainwashed so long
Yes.
and so set in their ways that they're not good. I mean, you're not going to turn a lot of them. You may
If
get
Amber,
they heard it every
Amber.
day like they hear all the other bullshit that they listen to, yeah, they would.
Amber,
You know, I think they
let
would.
let me ask you a question, Amber. A few months ago, they found an 18-wheeler full with 46 dead body of migrants abandoned somewhere in the desert. Okay, even though the migrants, their life that were taken away, people that were killed by all these ruthless people, coyotes, and all these other people that coordinate with some of our agencies, i.e., Border Patrol. And nobody's talking about how they got killed, who did it, did we capture anybody? It's like if people forgot 46 people. Then you get 20 plus somewhere else in another van die. All this stuff that taking place there.
There's
Come on,
literally
is the
thousands.
UN,
Dude.
is
There's
the
thousands.
UN's doing anything? Is the UN doing anything for these people? They are not.
The
They
UN
don't
is
care.
part of it.
Yeah, the UN's part of it, Goose.
Yeah.
They're all part of that shit. I mean, it's wickedness. It's all over. It is a worldwide organization. That's why it's so hard to get
It
rid of.
is.
That's why one country just can't get rid of it. That's why a president's not even strong enough to get rid of it.
That's
You know,
right. Look at Bolsonaro.
it is huge. Huh?
Look at what happened with Bolsonaro in
Yeah.
Brazil.
He
It's
tried to stop.
everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. Every country, they're captured. But because of us being on alternative media, I think it's been way people around the world because now you have people in England fighting. Now you have people in Brazil
Yeah.
fighting. You even saw people in China fighting for. I don't know if it's still going
You're
on,
right,
but you did
Amber.
for a
You're
minute.
right.
They did.
Amber,
Yeah.
you know, Twitter colluded with the elections in Brazil.
Yeah.
You know, our enemy number ones are the enemy number one for these other countries too.
They
Yes,
use the
it is.
Dominion software, Goose. They use the
Yes,
same
they did.
software. It all comes from the same place. It's all from the George Soros organizations and all this stuff. It's all the same. That's what I'm saying. This is a worldwide thing. It's not just, you can't expect Donald Trump to come in 4 years into this rat's nest and change everything. It's not going to happen that quickly. I mean, we know a lot in the last 6 years.
Right.
That I had no clue about a lot of this stuff. I pay attention.
Government go to Salvador, which that president is doing a magnificent job against the crimes, against those criminal MS-13, and then we as a government trying to criticize him because somehow we violated human rights. Yeah, but you still not doing anything to eliminate MS-13.
And we're eliminating a lot of these Latin American countries, and you know who's coming into those countries? China, Russia, Iran.
100% China.
Iran. They're just moving into the Panama Canal. By next year, they're going to have ships docked in the warships
in
docked
Venezuela.
In Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing these things. We're alienating these other countries. And we're not. I mean, all these things that we talked about tonight are very important. And don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of shit going on that nobody's talking about. And those are some of the things that how China's moving all around into these Latin countries and getting closer. I mean, nobody's been this close established since Cuba, since fucking Russia we had the Cuban Missile Crisis. I mean, now we're going to see it all over again. Yeah.
Mary, the vice president of Colombia, that lady was funded by George Soros for many years. It's a lot of money traced to her from George Soros. That's about the vice president. Then the guy who was in charge of the guerrilla and he was in jail too, is the president now. The same thing, they put another criminal as a president in Brazil. Okay.
Right. And remember, that guy, it was a fluke. He got in, they stabbed him and almost killed him. So, I mean, him getting in that time when Trump got in, they were flukes, and they did a lot of good, but it's just not enough. This was still part of the awakening. This is an awakening. The justice portion of it is not quite ready yet, but it's coming.
It's coming. Well, guys, I love you guys. You were one of my favorite podcasts. I'm so sorry I've been gone for so long, but I got to spend some time with my husband before we got to go get the kiddos.
Take care.
Yeah, it was good to hear you, Amber.
I love you guys. Keep it up.
You too. Talk to you later.
I make sure you get your headphones.
Thanks.
Look forward to you coming back, Amber.
Yeah, we're just about out of time here.
We start at 7.
We passed
17.
That point. We're at 2 hour mark here on Podbean. I'm looking at the clock.
I know, but we start at 7:17.
But we already went
wrapping it up anyways.
It's already 9:09 already. We got
11 minutes. Hey, Bravo. The thing is that a lot of this country, thing that's happening is right in our backyard, not far away from us. And this is going to be our big issue in the next coming 10 years. And our kids are going to have to face this. And the bad thing is that they're destroying our military. And how fast are we going to rebuild back? I don't know how fast it's going to take. I don't know how much time it's going to take to rebuild our armed forces again. But it's going to be hard.
Yeah. I mean, I think we really, as we're helping other nations, we need to get our own house in order first, and then go out and really help everyone else when we get shit together. Remember, we fled this shit back in 1776. We left the nation because they were so corrupt and with the monarchy system and everything.
Gotta end the show, brother. Wrap it up.
All right, go ahead. We're good.
Yeah, they're going to cut us off.
Hey, Ralph.
Now tonight, thank you, Ralph. Eric, Amber, thank you for
See you
coming
around
in.
the Podbean.
Thank you. Oh, there's Eric.
Hey, Eric, you're in charge of Podbean. Why can't you don't stand us a few more minutes?
Well, I know we're about to be out of here, but y'all will see me at the
you.
Old Man's Podcast in the morning, and y'all are invited to join on Friday.
Don't forget, next week we got
Thank you.
Scandale, UFO expert.
Oh man, you guys better be here.
That's going to be an
You got to
awesome
be
show.
here. Yes.
All right.
So much shit going on.
Yep.
In that realm.
This was a great show. I hate to end it, but we gotta get rolling. All right, appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you for all our stations carrying the show. Everybody listening to us on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook and all the other places we're at. All right, let me find some music. Let's get the hell out of here. All right, guys.
Look, Donald Trump isn't as bad as they say he is. Really only trying to make America great again. The Bible's just a book for people scared to be atheists. Did we land on the moon? I mean, maybe they faking it. The earth could be flat, the presidents could be aliens, and Americans might even be nicer than Canadians. Unpopular opinions got us caught up in the craziness and hating one another, but we're all just homo sapiens. Someone's always gonna hate you no matter what. Might as well just be yourself and let people think you suck. Opinions are like buttholes, everyone got one they cover up, and all you gotta do is follow through when you yelling that you don't give a. I ain't letting anyone piss in my cornflakes. Stay the hell on my face and I will stay out of your way. I know that life is cruel and lately it ain't fair at all. Your job, your phone is lost, there's evil men and racist cops. Yeah, I don't care if you're black or white or gay or straight or old or young or smart or dumb or where you're from or what you make. The only thing I care about is living like I'm not afraid of dying while I'm sleeping, so I seize it while I'm still awake. We're so angry, hating everyone we don't know. We can't even take a joke. We should really let it go and be happy. Stop talking on our phones and blocking everyone we know. We've been being buttholes. Maybe the feds killed Biggie and Pac. Maybe the Ku Klux Klan just needs some love and a hug. Maybe 9/11 really wasn't inside. And the Christians are right, homosexuality's wrong. Or the Illuminati really want the best for the people. And abortions are murder, so they should just be illegal. So I don't know, that's all I'm saying. These opinions just crazy. Got us fighting so much lately, we're divided from our neighbors. Someone's always gonna hate you no matter what. Might as well just be yourself and let people think you suck. Opinions are like buttholes, everyone got one they cover up. And all you gotta do is follow through when you yelling that you don't give a. I ain't letting anyone piss in my cornflakes. Stay the hell on my face and I will stay out of your way. I know that being you is harder than it sounds. You're the only one who can, so be you and do you proud. Yeah, I don't care if you're black or white or gay or straight or old or young or smart or dumb or where you're from or what you make. The only thing I care about is living like I'm not afraid of dying while I'm sleeping, so I seize it while I'm still awake. We're so angry, hating everyone we don't know. We can't even go. We should really let it go and be happy. Stop talking on our phones and blocking everyone we know. We've been being buttholes. Everyone a butthead, everyone end up dead. Everybody upset, everybody blood red. Everybody feels like no one cares. Everything is up, everything is tough luck. I have had enough, dumb. Everybody shut up. Everybody thinks that life ain't fair. Shut up. We're so